You say your child's father is white?
Yeah, that's how he live.
Hell no. You had a snow bunny crisis.
A what?
You done procreated with a white dude.
First off, my daughter is black. Just because her daddy's white, she's black.
You a
So,
part of that trilateral committee. Like
because
you
I
done laid
grew
up with a
up.
white devil. You done laid up and had a baby
Well,
with a white
my baby
devil.
daddy wasn't like that.
Was he like John B. or Justin
And
Timberlake?
that's so crazy because he literally looks like John B.
Okay, you had a snow bunny crisis.
Oh my
You know
God.
you're going to hell for that,
You
right?
say I'm going to hell?
You going to hell for sleeping with a white dude, laying down there having a baby with that white devil.
You know what? I'm not listening
You
to
going to
Let me hurry
hell.
up and eat my food.
You done procreated with a man. His ancestors, they did the greatest human atrocity ever. And you laid down and got nutted in by one. You going to hell. And I don't feel like you value black life either.
No, now that is totally different.
Where your black baby daddy
That's
at?
totally different. You have an issue with the fact that I have a biracial daughter, a black daughter by a white man. Like, we can just cut this short. I can get, as a matter of fact, let me ask for the waiter.
I'm cool with that. You pay for your own food too.
Well, I'm Yasharala. It's your brother Darashamath, and I'm back with another lesson. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash, double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone for bringing out this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect, which includes 144,000, the rest of the elect out there scattered around the world, including no speckled bird Israelites who may look like the other nations, but are not. And this is not a black thing. Israelites are scattered all around the world, and they mix with these other nations, and they even look like them, but you are who you are according to the seed of your fathers. Now this word goes out to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, because the scriptures were only written unto the nation of Israel. Now, you see the intro to this video is basically a Jake on a date, with an Eve, basically. And obviously Jake finds out that this woman has had a kid with the Edomite. All right? So, Jake he like, man, you know what they did to us, in history, and you gonna have a baby with him, laying down with somebody who done, committed the greatest atrocity known to man, talking about how they did us, during our captivity. So if you read, books like Without Sanctuary, or something like that, that really gives you that, that history and, visual images of, how those people did us, during that time, the Edomites, the so-called white man, the so-called, abominable snowman. All right. That man. All right. And he said, you laid down with him, you let him, put a baby in you, and, you brought his seed into the world. All right. And so this is, basically part 2 of you peons' lack of ruling class mindset. All right. Like I say, most of the time when I open up these videos, this is, this goes out to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, because it's for the Israelites. You are the top people. Okay? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We could get that and then come back to Daniel. And it says, for thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And so we went into last time how the woman is a vessel to bring a man's seed into this world. So as the Israelite woman, you're not supposed to want to bring the seed of another nation into this world, okay? That is, it's not good. It's not how things are supposed to be. But we are in captivity under this man, and our people are so beat down and so lost, okay? They don't know who they are, okay? And they just like, yeah, we all American. No, we're not, okay? We are all different, okay? They're not the same as us. They're not like us, even in the slightest, okay? We are the top, the cream of the crop. But we're in the lowest state because we sinned against our power. But it's high time to wake up out of sleep and come back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, okay? But as a woman, you're not supposed to want another nation to be putting their seed inside of you and bringing forth, their seed. As an Israelite woman, that is. All right? Not speaking to these heathens. This ain't about them. Okay? And so you're supposed to want to bring forth the seed of Israel, to bring forth these kings and princesses. Okay? That's your main purpose. That's, one of the purposes of the woman. Okay? So the man can't bear the children, but the man can begot sons and daughters and put them inside the woman. Okay? So it's a symbiotic, relationship that's needed between the two. All right? But to be submitting yourself to your oppressor, in that way, that's not okay. Okay? Regardless of the things that this society has taught you. Okay? You see how they treat you. You see that they still hate you. And yet you still go along with this. Now, the Jake in this video, he could have been trolling, but we all know that there was some realness to this. And if you're looking at the comments of this video, what you see is a bunch of people arguing back and forth about what the child is. Some people like, she's seed from the Caucasus Mountain. She a white. She whatever her daddy is, And then on the other side, the Jake who done bought into this system, to this wine. Okay, that Esau Edom put out. No, you don't know nothing about genetics. She a mix of all of this. And, she both. And this and that. No, she a totally different species now. All kind of dumb shit. You are who your father is, like we talked about, in another video. Now, when we get into the kingdom, all right, no other nation is going to be able to touch Israelite women, because we're going to be back on top and in charge. Okay, and that's not going to be allowed. But we will touch their women. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Okay, as a nation on top. All right, but right now you can really see that our people really don't have the ruling class mindset. They really believe that they're heathens. They believe that they're the bottom. Okay, and they accept that position, and it's sad. And now we are in this lower state because we sinned against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But as some of us is waking up, we got to understand that all of our people, they're not going to wake up. And that's just what it is. Let's get back to, what was it, Daniel? Daniel chapter 9. We're at let's do verse 11. It says, Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. So this is how we trespassed against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, that curse that was written in the law of Moses. Okay, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of power, because we have sinned against him. All right, so we made a covenant with the most powerful being in existence, and we broke it. So that's why we're in this lower state, okay? That's why it seems like Israel is a homeborn slave, okay, like Jeremiah talks about, all right? That's why our people lack a ruling class mindset. They move around like peons or peasants, okay, instead of the princesses and kings of this planet, of the whole universe, okay? Verse 12, and he had confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. All right? And that right there is a great evil. It's wickedness. Now, I'm not saying that, if a Jake woman is with an Edomite man, you should go break up that union. No. All right? We don't have the right to go do that. All right? If a woman with the man, she got to stay with him. And that's in the hands of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, And he go deal with it as, he see fit. All right? But for you out there who's single and stuff like that, look, we're coming into times of Jacob's trouble. And the scriptures say, everyone that be found joined unto them shall be thrust through. So take heed. And it says, for under the whole heaven hath not been done as had been done upon Jerusalem. It's like the dude said in the video, you slept with the man whose ancestors did the worst, tragedy, the worst thing ever in history. Okay? And talking about the captivity of our people, what they did to us. And now here we go into Jacob's trouble, and it's about to be worse. Okay? Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than the transatlantic slave trade. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. That's how bad it's going to be. Because there's never been a time as bad as the time that we're about to go into, Jake. Okay? So it's time to come out of that whole peasant peon mindset. Okay? And put on the mindset of Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay? And be the kings and princesses that we're supposed to be. This is Daniel. Let me get that. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, which was never as since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." All right, so this is about to be a horrible time, as I just said. And if you're not right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, if you're still stuck on the things of this world, there's no hope for you, Jake. You're not going to make it. Okay? That's all there is to it. So, I hope this short lesson was edifying. Shalom, Yasharallah.